Now, that was crazy, bro. The night this shit dropped, I remember looking at my phone. I had some shit to do. I was just looking at my phone. It said, it basically was saying, like, the OTF indictment is, like, happening. Like, everybody been knowing this shit is, like, pending, I feel like. Like, it's been, like, I won't say a dark cloud, but it's definitely something that, like, DURK has talked about, and everybody, like, knows it's gonna happen eventually, unfortunately. Just because of, like, how, like, broad and, like, how, like, self-incriminating from the music to the interviews are. So, like, I unfortunately, like, seen this shit happen. I ain't gonna say, like, I knew it was gonna happen for certain, but I felt it. Like, bro, 7220 had a fucking Federal Nightmares shit song on there, bro. He talked about the feds a lot. But I went to sleep for like a couple hours. It was like 10. I woke up at like 1 o'clock or some shit, bro. And I just looked at my phone. I seen the mugshot of DURK. It was the Say Cheese post. I'm like, bro. Because they was basically saying that, like, DURK isn't locked up. I'm like, okay, if they're not going to lock up DURK first, then he might not have something to do with it. But they're going to, like, try to, like, charge him with some type of conspiracy, if anything. You know, just because he's OTF and shit. But I'm like, if DURK's smart enough, which I think he is smart, that he wouldn't get charged with anything because, like, you know, he wants to be hands off with this shit. They shouldn't be able to connect anything, any of the dots back to DURK. Like, at the very least. And then I seen the mugshot. I'm like, oh, yeah. Them lawyers better get paid good.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 J.
I ain't gonna lie. The DURK shit, like, DURK's been able to avoid jail his whole career, I feel like. Like, even with the Vaughn, like, situation in Atlanta, like, he's been able to duck a lot of these shits, like, a lot of these cases, and been able to, avoid jail for, like, the last, like, 10, 11 years. And I always thought, like, he was just smarter than everybody else. But I'm not saying he's not smart because he got caught up in this shit, but it's definitely interesting.
Hey.
And it's like, your dad just came home from doing 20 in the feds by a snitch, and now they saying you getting snitched on, facing life in prison.
I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me, and for this video, y'all see the title.
And I don't want to say, like, it's over for DURK, but it definitely felt like, an end of something, bro. If it's not the end of his rap career or his life, it's definitely the end of this run he's been on for the last 4 years, in music at least. Like, I felt like he's been, like, one of the guys at the top off that Drake feature in 2020. And it's just like he's been able to carry that momentum for the last 4 years. Just because of how the way he moved, the talent that, like, he actually is able to show off now to the audience that he garnered because of the Drake feature. But I don't know, just seeing that mugshot, it just, like, made me, like, it hurt a little bit. Because it was like someone, like, I seen, like, go through the ups and downs of the industry and finally, like, got his big break 4 years ago and, like, was able to, like, move so great off of it. It definitely felt like a little, like we're closing a chapter, and if not the book, like, that was the end period to his story.
But before we get into it, keep in mind everything I'm about to
say. And I've waited days to, like, react to this shit because I really want to know a lot of the details. I know, like, a lot of names haven't been released yet. I haven't even read the paperwork. I haven't been keeping up with that, but I just been, like, doing a little research here and there to see, like, what is what and what is fake.
Speak on is alleged.
A lot of fake news
by the feds. Now let's get into it.
I'm saying though, they got 63rd niggas, some dirty ass niggas, man.
We've been ready.
What is this compilation?
So we've been ready to put another nigga, under,
Because Quando's a little boy. I used to have him like this, saying fuck 63rd. Me and Vaughn. There's video of this? Google it. They be saying slide for Vaughn. I think they trolling.
I'll be seeing them no more.
For some reason, I just don't see them comments no more.
Thursday, October 24th, 2024, Chicago rapper DURK Banks, aka Lil Durk, was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals in Broward County, Florida, on one charge of murder for hire. Hours earlier, an indictment was unsealed out of Los Angeles, charging 5 Chicago men with the 2020 broad day murder of 24-year-old Savia Robinson, who was more commonly known as Lil Pab, the cousin of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo.
See all that broken glass there? That's where the Escalade's parked. They're getting gas when all of a sudden the windows are blown out by gunfire. They're under attack by bullets flying all over the place. To the left, Mike, you'll give you a look. See all those white evidence markers on the ground? Each one of those is by a shell casing. Gives you an idea how many rounds are fired.
There's like so much shit I want to talk about, but I know it's like he's going to get talked about through the video.
Police say in that alleyway, the white vehicle pulls up, 3 men get out, and they start firing at will, blasting away, targeting that black SUV, the rapper, and his second person inside. Once that SUV is hit by the gunfire, they take off, they hit the gas, and they drive a few blocks away into West Hollywood. They wind up stopping over at Santa Monica and San Vicente, right in the very heart of West Hollywood. They pull over there because the wounds to the man who was hit inside the Escalade too severe. He's bleeding. They pull over. 911 is called.
My thing is, bro, they try to hit Quando, and they didn't hit him at all, and they pop checked out immediately, bro. Like, he was, like, from the video, he was DOA, bro. Like, how the fuck, like, if this is all true, I'd be pissed if I get that call. Nah, we ain't get Quando, we got Pop, though. Man, that ain't what I paid y'all for, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck they gonna take out Vaughn, the fucking provider for this whole block, and one of the biggest fucking, my right hand, and y'all gonna take out Pop? Like, bro, that is not Quando, bro.
Medics rush in.
And it's like, bro, you already did all this to, like, pay for everybody to do this, do that. You gotta pay him regardless, bro. Someone's gonna snitch. Someone snitch regardless.
They take the injured man who's hit by gunfire to the ER. He does not make it, does not survive.
I don't count though,
Of
Josh.
the 5 men indicted, Didi, Vonnie, and Boogie would be identified as members or associates of OTF, a record label formed in 2010 by Lil Durk. The indictment would state on November 6, 2020, Davon Bennett, aka King Von, a high-ranking member of OTF, got into a physical altercation with Taekwon Bowman, aka Quando Rondo, at a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia. During the fight, an associate of Quando named Lil Tim pulled out a gun and shot Vaughn multiple times, killing him. After the murder, a man only identified as co-conspirator 1 made it clear to OTF Didi and 3 other unnamed men that he would pay a bounty to anyone who took part in killing Quando for his role in Vaughn's death. He'd communicate this hit in coded language. OTF Didi.
What does that mean, bro? Like these details right here, bro. Whoever's telling them had to be in that room, bro. Cause I know Dirk not talking over these phones, like in coded language and shit, bro. There's no way. So I'm like, whoever's like, bro. I just think it's. I don't know if it's Jam, cause it's never been confirmed it's Jam. But there's definitely names that are closely associated with Dirk that it could be. Jam's name. They're only assuming Jam because of some story posts like that people are assuming, and like Jam like took OTF out his name months ago and shit. Motherfuckers saying like he's not associated with, but even then, bro, it's like Jam did 12 years for attempt, came out in 2022, and you think a couple months later they was letting him do what? He came home with a wire on. Like they said he been wearing a wire for years. That shit. I don't think he was ever wearing a wire. That just like something that just like people just took misinformation and ran with it. And it's like I just don't know for sure, bro. I just don't know. Just because he has a picture of him in an interrogation room eating McDonald's doesn't mean he's snitching, bro. Like that's just like a meme. That's just like a meme that everybody says, like, oh, once you eat in the interrogation room, you tell him, Like, bro. He got a gun case, like, earlier this year or last year or some shit, bro. Like, what? Like, that's what I be talking about. Like, motherfuckers just get on this bitch and say anything. Like, until we know the names of co-conspirators and who's actually telling, then that's when we could talk. It could be Jam, though. I'm not saying that it couldn't be, but I don't know.
For his role in Vaughn's
I just think it could be someone close.
He'd communicate this hit.
But I also seen Jam, like, whenever you look up, like, because he's locked up right now, you can't, like, find his page no more. You can't find his, not page, but, like, his case no more. You can't find where he's located, nothing. So I don't know if that's WISEC or, like, witness protection.
Coded language. OTF Didi, the cousin of Lil Durk, would double down offering anyone responsible for Quando's death lucrative music opportunities on top of the money being promised. 2 years
Like, who's
later,
saying that?
it was now August
Like, how do people
18th,
know that?
2022. The conspirators learned that Quando was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. OTF Didi would recruit 2 gang members from Chicago that were unaffiliated with OTF, named Flocka and Brown Eyes. Didi would have co-conspirator 3 purchase them tickets from Chicago to San Diego by using an OTF credit card.
Like,
Didi would
motherfuckers
confirm all 3 of them.
Motherfuckers using an OTF credit card? Like, okay, there's another thing that's missing. What money was, like, given to the shooters or anybody, like they haven't matched that up yet. And they talking about this OTF credit card. I'm confused on what that even means, bro. Like, we're using this OTF credit card to buy fucking everything we need for this drill. Like,
Diego by using an OTF credit card. Didi would confirm all 3 of them had the same airline tickets and would send a message on Instagram saying, "On my way to LA." Didi and another OTF associate known as Boogie would travel with Flocka, Brown Eyes, and a man only known as co-conspirator number 2 from Chicago to San Diego with the plan to kill Quando Rondo. That same day, OTF Vonnie traveled by private jet from Miami to LA to facilitate the hit. Vonnie, who could be seen shopping at Icebox with King Von back in 2020, would be seen shopping again, but this time obtaining cars.
It's like, motherfuckers using a PJ to go from Florida to LA? Like, it's like, what the fuck is this drill, bro? Like, motherfucker is sliding in BMWs. Motherfucker is buying the mask the day before. Like, bro, like, what's next, bro? Motherfuckers buying the fucking, the Glock, the fucking 24 hours before they doing the hit. Like, I'm confused, bro.
Again,
This
but
is
this
stupid.
time obtaining cars.
Like, my thing is, like, I feel like DURK and fucking OTF is smarter than this. That's why the case didn't drop yet. So I'm like, I'm looking at this shit like, bro, this is like, bro, y'all try to be fucking, y'all try to be the mafia and it just wasn't, bro. Like, y'all just, like, dumb as fuck,
Ski
bro.
masks and guns.
This shit just sounds dumb as
for the
fuck.
hit team. Landing in San Diego, Didi and his team would drive to Los Angeles County, meeting up with Vonnie, who purchased full black ski masks from a sporting goods store in Los Angeles County
Like,
using
what?
cash. Once again, using an OTF credit card, Vonnie would book a hotel room at the Universal City Hotel. Vonnie would provide the hit team with guns, including a 10mm Glock with a switch. He'd also provide a white BMW and a white
Was providing them a switch in LA, Beverly Hills, bro, to do this shit?
Glock with a switch.
Outta here.
He'd also provide a white BMW and a white Infiniti with a fake license plate. With no time to waste, the hit team would get right to work, traveling to Quando's hotel to find, track, and kill him. But they'd have no luck. It wouldn't be until the next day they'd spot Quando's black Escalade. They'd follow Quando to a marijuana dispensary and then a clothing store, waiting for the right moment to strike. The feds were able to pull surveillance photos of the 2 vehicles tracking the Escalade, which eventually pulled into a gas station. We'll never know the conversation that took place inside of that car, but they decided at that moment it was time to take action. Boogie would park inside an alley next to the gas station as the 3 shooters exited the vehicle.
Motherfuckers not walking shit down? Like y'all on this car for days, right? Y'all on this car for days waiting for the right opportunity. And y'all jump out when Quando's in the bulletproof Escalade and Pav's the one by the gas tank.
Ambushing
And y'all shooting from like 20 feet away.
the Escalade and opening fire. Quando Rondo was inside of the vehicle with his sister as gunfire erupted, while Lil Pab had been standing next to it outside. Bullets would shatter glass, pierce metal, and push through flesh, leaving Pab on the ground as the shooters fled.
Is that shit not
Now
bulletproof?
dying, Pab would be
God, bro.
Bullets would shatter glass, pierce metal, and push through flesh, leaving Pab on the ground as the shooters fled. Now dying, Pab would be placed back inside of the Escalade as they drove off, only making it less than a mile away before flagging down the police. CPR would fail, and Quando would be left screaming out as he just witnessed his cousin get gunned down the same way the world witnessed King Von go out.
What,
By
damn.
now, the The shooters had fled in the getaway vehicle, later traveling to a burger restaurant to discuss payment. The shooters would be driven back down to San Diego and flown back to...
What? Like, how do they even know? Like, they discussed payment at the burger joint, bro. I swear, like, all this shit is, like, insinuated,
Chicago
bro.
that same night.
They telling the story through their own
DD paying the shooters an undisclosed amount on behalf of co-conspirator number 1. With his arrest being announced, it's
an undisclosed amount, bro. How do they not know how much they got paid, bro?
Believe none other than Lil Durk will soon be identified as co-conspirator 1 and held responsible by the federal government for having members of OTF recruit a hit team.
Oh God, who was trying to stand over Lil Tim and that bitch jammed? Was it Louis?
Team travel across state lines
I forget.
and commit murder for hire. Under federal law, this would mean Lil Durk is possibly facing federal execution, as the death penalty may apply.
My thing is, I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be. It would be fucking crazy if they add more murders to this shit. I don't know about that. I don't know if they're gonna add more murders. I'm not thinking the jam shit or like whatever anybody else is talking about. I don't think that's it. But if they do, that's crazy. But I don't think he's gonna get executed. Executed is kind of crazy. That's like that's crazy.
Facing federal execution, as the death penalty may apply. If sought by federal prosecutors, the only way to escape federal death would be by taking a plea deal for a life sentence in federal prison. Since the death of King Von, Durk would be consistently trolled online by 3 words: slide for Von.
Every time Durk says something online, you got all these fans and trolls telling him to, you know, slide for Von.
On his own hat?
King Von got killed and Lil Durk didn't slide for Von, which is like a meme online, and they're like, we like Young Boy because, you know, like these kids like really believe that they're a part of these real situations. And these kids are out here just saying this shit like
Von died. So why how you
3 words would gain hundreds of thousands of views, and Trap Lord Ross would even document multiple attempts made on Quando's life since Von's death in a video titled Sliding for Von. With College Kid breaking the news of
the Slide for Von comments are like obviously corny, but like, and I've had trouble in the past with this shit because it's like motherfuckers want to like, oh, your man's got hit, you gotta do something about it. Like, why are you rapping? And then once they do something about it and they locked up for it, it's y'all crashed out. You crashed out. Yeah, the whole world in your hands. You crashed out. Like I've seen that with rappers a lot. And my thing is, you a grown ass man, bro. You cannot let the internet dictate your life decisions, bro. Lil Durk did not fucking order this hit on Pab and Quando because he wanted the comments of Slide for Von to stop. He wanted to prove himself to a bunch of fucking white suburban kids in the Instagram comments. That's just not what it was, bro. Like, no matter how you look at it, bro, he's a grown-ass man that made his own decisions, bro. If you're really affected by the internet like that, that's just on you. You gotta be tougher than that. You got tougher skin, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Death in a video titled
like, that's just what the internet's gonna do, bro. The internet's gonna try to mock you and, like, you know, say what they're gonna say, and then when you're at your lowest, lose your freedom, they're gonna say you crashed out. And people don't even know what the word crash out even means.
For Von. With College Kid breaking the news of the 5 men indicted for the murder of Lil Pab, he'd include a clip of No Jumper's Brick Baby previously speaking on the topic.
Oh yeah,
Slide for Von,
right?
Nobody. Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
Bro, this shit's so cringe because of what Flacco says. Why?
Oh yeah, because no. Like he died.
You can't say that no more.
FBG Cash?
Oh, because of FBG Cash?
Get your ass on. Like, bro, you supposed to be like, come on, bro.
Nah.
That's what happened when you get put on the spot, bro. Motherfucker said FBG Cash.
Because Lil Pab.
Motherfucker turned his head and everything. Like, come on, bro. You gotta say it. Bro, smiled and all.
What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say.
And this is like the obvious theory, bro. Like, this is like that's why I don't know, the federal indictment was like, I feel like loading the whole time, bro, because this dude right here, and like the whole I'm gonna go out to Savannah and drop my flag every 60 inches, 60 and it was like, even in the Long Live Pap song, like he even was saying slick shit. I'm like, bro, it wasn't. And like Brick Baby and OTS ties go way back, bro. Like people said this shit all the way in 2016, but baby was around DURK and shit. Like, you know?
Say that no more.
And it's like the whole pad ran off on a plug, and then the plug got back on him. Bro, that theory was so stupid from to begin with, bro. First of all, there's no evidence, bro. That was always hearsay, she say shit. Like, bro, I've never like seen no evidence to point in that direction. Not saying I need evidence because like I guess word of mouth is like everything nowadays, but why the fuck would a plug in LA that got robbed or like got ran off on come back and hit up Pav in the middle of Beverly Hills, Los Angeles? You think the LAPD gonna let that shit slide? A broad day shooting that killed somebody at a gas station in Beverly Hills is just gonna slide. They're not gonna find anybody on it. And it was from that instance when that happened to now where it was like, this shit ain't gonna go unnoticed, bro. Someone's gonna go down for this shit. If it's someone from LA, if it's DURK and them, somebody's gonna they're doing a research and they're gonna figure out who actually did this shit.
That's the new term on like no more slide.
FBG Cash is not crazy, but the Slide for Vaughn comments were like, why the fuck does Cash got anything to do with the Slide for Vaughn comments when it was fucking YB and Quando? That's so
because of Lil Pop. Now, after that incident, though,
being that this is a federal murder case and will likely be pursued as a death penalty case, we can expect this to take years before a final sentence.
I mean, Quando always like, bro, the first year that shit happened, Quando was trying to get that shit behind him. Like he like after the first year, he was like, bro, I'm done chasing this shit. I'm just gonna keep making my music, bro. Stay out the way. And he's just tired of this shit, bro. He tired of getting asked about it in interviews. I understand him, but you can't act like he wasn't chasing that the first year, bro. The end of story shit. He was really boasting about it. So, but yeah, and then motherfuckers try to say like, oh, like you and DURK are both Muslim. Y'all could put your differences aside. That would really like show y'all growth in the religion and everything. I'm like,
more details will be coming to light as well as more arrests, because every unnamed conspirator in this indictment is about to be taken into custody. It's almost guaranteed DURK will not be granted any type of pretrial release, and this...
Yeah, and like, bro, the thing is, this man DURK, I'm not saying you could have made bail if he didn't do this, but like, bro, you try to, this dude scheduled 2 different flights on like commercial flights to like, I think it was like fucking Sweden and fucking some other, it was like Dubai. And then it was like those commercial flights. And then he tried to get on his PJ and go to Italy. It's like, motherfucker, you try to run from the case, now you're a flight risk. They can't guarantee you're going to stay where we say you are. If you're on house arrest, if you're on a monitor, if you're, we don't trust you no more. And it's like, bro, he was just talking about how he got a clean record now. He's a different man, got these keys to the city. Now you doing shit like this.
Could very well be the end of the rapper's career and freedom, and ending almost predicted. He gets sentenced in November. In his song Redman.
Quando, yeah, oh god, good ass song. Quando's getting sentenced in November. I don't know what his time is looking like, but he already pled guilty to some shit. He's just waiting to be sentenced. Sentencing is like when they hand out how many years you're gonna do, so no one knows.
Now, like I said in the video, I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This might be the end of Lil DURK. He just got indicted by the feds for a charge that carries execution. I don't see how he could get a plea. I don't see why they would give him a plea. I don't see how his lawyers, no matter how much money he puts forward, would be able to get him out of this situation. And there's a lot of important things being left out of this. We don't know how the feds found out about that conversation that he allegedly had, or co-conspirator one allegedly had. We don't know the amount of money the shooters were allegedly paid. We don't know a lot of these things because a lot of details have yet to come out, and they're going to. We'll be able to make a better judgment on things as more evidence is released. Obviously, more arrests are going to be made because the other co-conspirators haven't been named because they're not in custody. We're going to find out if anybody's snitching. This is going to get deep. This is going to play out similar to the O Block FBG DURK case. This is going to take years to solve. And then all the evidence is going to be released. The videos, the pictures, everything. But this is a major blow to hip hop. This is a major blow to Chicago, to Lil Durk's fans. Obviously, I'm thrilled about this shit. I'm rocking with anybody that shouts me out in the fucking song. But it's like, damn. Motherfuckers can hope it ain't true, because who, with as many millions as Durk, would trick themselves out of the streets like that? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, Durk is a product of Chicago. And as we've known for years, Chicago has never fucked off. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090J.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say. Like, bro, Durk is able to avoid all the jail time because he was smart. I felt like he was different from the rest. That's why he had the low point, because he wasn't no crash out. He progressively got better in his music, and people started paying attention to more. And then obviously the Drake feature Hope, but he was able to stay at top of his craft and on top of the game because he's smart enough to not throw his life away or do anything stupid to stop his momentum. Same people. Yeah. That's just the internet, though. Can't get tricked out of your spot for the internet. That's just what it is, bro. You a grown-ass man. Damn, Durk and Vaughn both followed in their dad's footsteps. FEDS scoring like the Bulls in the 80s. All these famous cases. Facts, bro. These rappers, gangs that are getting indicted by the feds. It's like the mafias back in the day. It's gonna be very interesting to see how it play out.